Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And basically I have my makeup done, but today we'll be doing something a little different, a bit more of a list type video of 5 things, or at least in the family of sunscreens that I've been really liking. But that being said, if you want to know how I achieve this look, do head over to my Instagram. I'll leave it right here where you can check out how I achieve this kind of like aqua marine, very juicy skin, also very summery looking tone. So yeah, like I mentioned, Insta video will be on my Instagram. Okay, so back into the main content of this video. I'll be talking about my favorite sunscreen products, and yeah, I think rarely shown sunscreen to be a highlight in many of my videos. That being said, I do use them constantly, and when I don't, it has dramatic or almost grave consequences to my skin. A lot of my acne scars start to discolor, my freckles start to show. But yeah, with sunscreen and good protection, you are able to delay the process of aging as well as sunspots and brown spots, and those are really crucial if you want your skin to still remain really youthful and vibrant. So this will be in no particular kind of order in terms of importance, but it's just all the sunscreens that I've been using and I constantly repurchase. If you want to see the definitive ranking on which is my favorite, do check out the description box. But I'm just gonna go in randomly. The first one would be the Biore UV Rich. This is a sunscreen that I've used. This is my 3rd or 4th tube. If you guys watch my Spain vlogs, I basically use this all the time. I love it because it's like a gel cooling texture that melts into the skin, and it's a watery essence nonetheless. It's SPF 50 plus PA 4 pluses, and I assume that just means it's the maximum protection. I will leave an indicator somewhere at the side of the screen on what these mean, and also links in the description box on academic reading on, you know, what the pluses mean, how much is sufficient sun protection and all that, because I'm not typically trained in cosmetology or dermatology or anything like that. I don't claim to specialize, but I know that for my skin type, oily skin type, and also typically dehydrated skin type, I love using this. It sits really well under foundation and a lot of makeup products as well. Next one that I've been using non-stop, this one is the Anessa sunscreen. It's the Perfect UV Sunscreen Skincare Gel. This isn't as much of a gel as it is a kind of watery cream. I really like this. I basically used up a lot of product already. This is SPF 50 plus PA++++, and I really like this because while I would say compared to the Biore, this does leave a very tinge of a white cast, but this gives me way more protection. I find that today I'm applying this underneath. When I apply like a whole load of this sunscreen and I massage it into the skin, it melts away and leaves a very tiny white cast. But that being said, I find that this doesn't kind of dissipate as quickly as the Biore one, which is more watery. This really clings onto the skin and it lasts for a full day. I thoroughly love this because it comes in a huge bottle and I can use it all over my body. I use this on my boyfriend as well, and he really likes it. He finds it to be really comfortable on the skin, and it doesn't feel too invasive or like, you know, there's a film over the skin. I really like this Anessa one. I know a lot of people like the shaker bottle, but for me that broke me out, so I didn't really like it. This is my favorite, the sunscreen gel. Okay, next, I wouldn't say long ago, but I've been using the Calm Mineral Sunscreen from Paula's Choice for a while now. I'm down to a little bit, but this leaves quite an intense white cast, but I like it for days where I'm not applying any makeup and I'm just applying this. This is a mineral broad spectrum sunscreen. It's SPF 30 only. I find that this underneath foundation, or if you just want like a no makeup type of application, this is really one of my go-to. I love Paula's Choice because they really give a whole range of products that work well with your skincare. I also use the BHA, I use their AHA products, and this mixes well with it. It comes out a little bit thick initially, but I find that it spreads out very easily and it goes a super long way. Okay, my 4th recommendation would be, this one is more of a recent find, but it's a sensitive friendly type sunscreen. It's also SPF 50, and I really like it because it's that in between the Anessa and the Biore. It's white textured, but it's super watery and it melts away into the skin. I really like this because it's almost like you'll sense a theme here. I like sunscreens typically where they feel like nothing on the skin. Those that leave a very tiny bit of film would be these two, the Paula's Choice and the Anessa one, but those are really good for prolonged protection. And if you're not someone that likes to reapply sunscreen, those two at least will last for about 4 hours. For this, I like it because I can mesh it well with a lot of kind of foundation products. I can just mix it in with my concealer and all that, but typically these two wear away quite quickly, but it's just a very easy texture to work with. If you want to see my prolonged reviews and more in-depth reviews about all these foundations, check out the description box as well. But this is another kind of Korean family type brand that I really like. Okay, the only kind of spray-on sunscreen that I will recommend is from Sunplay, the Spot UV Body Mist. This has the highest SPF count, but I wouldn't use it on its own because it's very fine. I will use this on top of all these sunscreens, and also I'll use this typically on my body. This has no white cast, and I think out of all the mist body kind of sunscreen types out there, I've recommended this to so many people and they all love it. Like, they're buying bottles and bottles, and every time I go and look for it, it's always sold out. But basically I really like this because of the high UV protection, but also it doesn't leave a white cast, which typically is the issue with these kind of aerosol type sunscreens. They always leave a very heavy white cast and it doesn't look very flattering. Also on the body you can see the streak marks, but these don't have that, and I find that it's very easy to reapply as a mist, and it's super fine. It's not like those aggressive mists. So that's basically why I like it. Not much else to say about the topic because it is just kind of a sunscreen mist. But my final recommendation for really on the go and handy type sunscreens would be these two kind of solid type sunscreens. This one's from Aprilskin. It's SPF 50+. It's the Magic Snow Stick. It leaves kind of like a balmy film over the skin, so this really adheres to the skin really well. I can apply this on top of makeup, especially after I powder, or underneath, and I really like it simply because it is a balm. It feels very kind of comforting and it feels very light on the skin. It doesn't feel like, you know, your water gels where it's a little bit tacky. It really coats the skin like a balm. The other one would be the Innisfree UV Protect Stick. This one I find it isn't as silicone-y a texture as compared to the Aprilskin one, but it also does exactly the same thing. I like that this quantity is, shaped in this manner, so it really gets into these areas. Actually, I can just apply it on top of my makeup now. I really like applying sunscreen on top of my makeup, and I find these balm textures just allow you to pat on top of the makeup and allow you to still have sun protection. So that's what I use solid sunscreens for most of the time. Or if not, when I'm running out the house, I'm like walking to my workplace, I just apply it on the go, and it's really handy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just really speeding through everything so that you guys get a rough idea of my top favorite sunscreens. And like I mentioned, if you guys want to know how I achieve this really beautiful aquamarine look, do check out my Instagram. I'll be having a couple of flash giveaways now and again, so do remember to follow me there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.